Hello, this is Regdrin, and along with me is Jay.
Hello.
We're going to cover this level, much like most of the others. And that little problem with the grenade that got me killed, that's a function of pretty much all the hitboxes, which I will talk about a bit later.
Yeah.
Right now I want to talk about the start of this level, which is pretty rough with no starting weapons.
Mm-hmm.
You're surrounded by those guys with Uzis, and I found that the only way to deal with it reliably is to sort of jump out of there as fast as I could.
Yeah.
Grab some ammo, and then sort of lure the enemies out so that I can deal with them a couple at a time.
Yeah, I've noticed, man, I've been getting about the hitbox situation and things like that. Like I've been getting hit with whenever I try to take out a large group of enemies and things like that. Yeah, with the grenades, man, I've died several times throwing grenades off of people who don't insta death, and so kind of
yeah. One of the problems and the reason that grenade sort of ran right underneath the coolie without going off is that most characters don't actually have a hitbox at the bottom of their feet.
Right.
So, for example, aiming rockets at the feet of your enemies with free aim, it does not work as well as you might think.
Yeah. Very true, very true. Do you think that these fish are edible, the ones that you're killing over here?
The koi?
Yeah.
Well, the old lady seems to think so, but I don't know if I take her judgment for it.
Yeah, it's kind of true. Very true.
Now, oh yeah, you had a question about punching walls and when punching things will give you health instead of hurting yourself.
Yes. I know this. The little statues and things like that. They give you health when you punch them.
Oh yeah, those are training dummies.
Yes.
So I guess it's supposed to be Lil Wang kind of warming up.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't use that during these recordings because this is YouTube and YouTube has no patience for that sort of thing.
Yeah, very true.
And this is one of my favorite places to use a Ripper Heart because you can kind of watch it at work. Like that. That's kind of fun. At least you left one thing for me to deal with.
Yeah.
That thing I just shot, by the way, the manual calls it a baby Ripper, but I think that name might have been tacked on at the last minute, because aside from being about the same size as normal Rippers, there's a huge red version that doesn't seem like a baby at all. You're going to see it a bit later.
Okay. What question? Do you know, like, when you use the Ripper Heart and you have that clone of Lo Wang, do you know what gun, like what weapon is the clone using? I'm wondering.
Oh, it's using a railgun.
Nice.
And
Okay.
it can fire it a lot more rapidly than you can.
Wow.
And I also mentioned this to Casey Scragg. It can actually... I'm sorry. The enemies will not shoot at it. Which is why I could just sort of duck aside. But I also like how Lo Wang will sort of gloat and shout one-liners during all those explosions.
Right.
Then you walk into the room and see everything just completely blown apart. I like to give a sort of nod to my clone saying, good job as usual.
Yeah. As usual, yes. Very aggressive clone. So bringing out the heavy artillery.
Very unlike the Holoduke.
Yes. Yeah, that's actually very true. Yeah, this clone actually puts in work. So that's kind of nice.
Now, in there I killed everything, grabbed some weapons and ammo, forgot the key.
The key, yeah.
Happens to me a lot.
Yeah, nice. That's okay, man. At least you know where the keys are, so that's totally fine.
Yeah, as long as it's a temporary setback.
Yeah.
Now, this particular house is packed with secrets. I think 4 of the 6 secrets are in here.
Yeah, man, while we're here, I have to express, like, my love for the dual Uzis. They're just so good.
I was hoping to talk with you about that. Is it the style that you like? Is it... do you just like having a really rapid-fire weapon?
Yeah, but, I mean, they're just so convenient, and, I mean, ammo is not too bad for them. But, yeah, I just like the style. That and the grenade launcher, man, I could just hug those both. Those are great, so...
I mean, you're right. The Uzis you can run out of ammo really fast with them, but ammo pickups are everywhere.
Right.
So it's not hard to sort of fill up again between fights.
Definitely. Yeah, I enjoy them. I enjoy them quite a bit. I see you're taking on a lot of monsters with the sword, man. So I noticed them quite a bit.
Mostly the Rippers, because I like to kind of save ammo when I'm dealing with them.
Mm-hmm.
There are sometimes when, for example, when there's a lot of them, that I don't have time for that.
Right.
Oh, let's talk about the other favorite feature of this house, the fireplaces.
The fireplaces, yes. Let's
So
talk.
this is a place which will make a lot of people wander around forever figuring out what they have to do next.
Yes.
And the reason is, the way forward is not in plain view, and in fact, well, why don't you talk about your experience with it?
Well, you partially, of course, know my experience with it was I completely got stuck. I had no idea what to do, like, personally, and I've run into a couple of spots on this game quite a bit with this stupid ladder that I don't know how you were supposed to know that, but, you know, I mean, yeah, it's a very... I like the challenge of finding it, but at the same time, like, there was no hint. I know that's how games were back in the day, but it was a little frustrating just to keep running around. I'm like, dude, I have all the keys in this area, and, you know, it's still not, you know, I still can't find the way out. So
yeah, it's definitely not intuitive to look around in such a way. Like, you go into a fireplace, turn around, and look up. Who naturally does that?
Right.
Now, this room I just cleared out with a nuke. That has all kind of nasty enemies, like shadow ninjas, guided rocket guys. So, and there's a lot of things that could go wrong if I tried to go there conventionally.
Right.
Whereas with a nuke, there's only one thing that could go wrong.
Wow. Jeez, I'm surprised I didn't level the whole building, but sure, you know, game
Yeah, I
physics.
probably should have just burned the place to the ground with all those grenades I was throwing out before.
Yes. Very nice. Effective.
Well,
very effective.
well, let's thank video game architecture for that.
Let us. Yes, that building would not be standing with that thing activated, so let us thank that.
Indeed. Now, at this point, I checked my inventory, and I realized that I was missing something. Specifically the gas bomb.
Okay.
And I felt really stupid about this because it's in plain view near the start of the level.
Right.
And I had to sort of regain my bearings and figure out where to go next. And I apologize to everyone for this delay. I really should have been able to avoid that. But the rest of the run was pretty good, so I figured might as well keep this.
Right.
I hope you enjoy it. As for the use of the smoke bomb, well, it's another room full of things that I'd rather not deal with in a straight fight, which is a lot of the time, really. Also, coolies can see you when you're invisible.
Wow.
Like most things, I learned this the hard way.
Huh. Wow. Punches are red. They are red. They look like little, the things for the railgun. That's so weird.
Oh yeah, and I know I say "oh yeah" a lot. Being invisible will give your punches extra range.
Nice.
And that's really handy in places like that. It's also not widely known. I mean, I've seen other YouTube videos where they talk about it powering up. I don't think the damage goes up, but it's definitely a lot easier to hit with them.
Right.
Roar! Blue Wine got angry. But we'll have to calm down because this is the end of the level.
Yes.
Talk to you later.
Alright, see you, everybody.